confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,079,396. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 15,303. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 5,781, with total confirmed deaths at 130. We anticipate those numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, January 25th. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced in today's press briefing that all regional stay-at-home orders have been lifted, allowing businesses to ease up on some of the restrictions and return back to the state's blueprint for a safer economy framework. The four-colored tiers puts Los Angeles County back to the purple widespread tier as the positivity rate still remains high at just over 11%. The purple tier also includes neighboring counties in orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura, as 54 counties remain in the purple, 3 in the red, 1 in the orange, and none in the yellow least restrictive tier. Now, what does this mean for businesses? Well, the purple tier will allow for the return of outdoor dining with modifications and the reopening of some personal care businesses as well, like hair and nail salons with modifications. LA County public health officials are expected to outline the county's reopening guidelines as some restrictions may still remain. Governor Newsom says by February 21st, the statewide 4-week regional ICU projections are expected to be at about 33%, seeing some flattening of the curve. Data shows there have been consistent decreases in hospitalizations and a decline in ICU admissions in the last 2 weeks. California currently ranks 26th in the nation for positivity rates, faring better than half the states in the U.S. Governor Newsom also shared some of the state's responses to the recent surge by deploying clinical staff to various parts of the state and opening 15 alternate sites to ease some of the burden on overwhelmed hospitals. The governor also touted the state's ability to scale up on the level of testing, having conducted nearly 41 million COVID-19 tests to date and achieving nearly triple the rate of administering the COVID-19 vaccine since early December. California's Health and Human Services Secretary, Dr. Mark Ghaly, said that California is slowly starting to emerge from the most dangerous surge of this pandemic yet, which is the light at the end of the tunnel we've been hoping for. LA County public health officials held their weekly live press conference today to share updates on the county's COVID-19 response. County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer shared much anticipated guidelines on how the county will move forward with businesses now allowed to reopen under the purple tier. Starting today, no more than 3 households and no more than 15 people may gather privately, but outdoor only. Family entertainment centers may reopen for outdoor operations at 50%. Museums, zoos, and aquariums may open for outdoor operations. Card rooms, batting cages, miniature golf, and go-karts may reopen at 50% as well. Leisure travel and tourism is also allowed again, with hotels and motels approved to book guests for non-essential travel. Fitness facilities may reopen for outdoor operations. The personal care sector may reopen at 25%. And by Friday, restaurants may reopen outdoor dining again with safety protocols in place. Today's reported COVID-19 update offered promising hope that the county is headed in a positive direction, with the 7-day average number of cases peaking on January 18th. The data shows a continuous decline, and as of January 20th, the average positivity rate is significantly down from January 1st. The number of hospitalizations also continue to drop, with nearly 1,000 less than from just 3 weeks ago. Dr. Ferrer says while we are headed in the right direction, these numbers remain high, with 10 to 12% who are positive with COVID-19 are expected to be hospitalized. Tomorrow will mark the 1-year anniversary of the county's first reported case of a COVID-19 infection. Los Angeles County hits another grim milestone in the COVID-19 pandemic. More than 15,000 deaths related to the coronavirus was passed this weekend, with more than a third of those reported just after the Christmas holiday. Just in the last 3.5 weeks alone, the county's death toll increased by 50%. LA County public health officials say there is some good news, though. The number of patients hospitalized continues to drop, with less than 7,000 patients hospitalized this weekend for COVID, the first since December 29th. Now, among those hospitalized, the number of patients in the ICU still remains at 24%. While the coronavirus test positivity rate and the average number of new cases continue to drop, Dr. Ferrer said at a recent press briefing that while we are seeing positive data, we are far from out of the woods. It is critically important to continue to slow the spread of COVID-19. Los Angeles and Orange County residents can still take advantage of the first free home COVID test, as the county's pilot program was extended through the end of the month. The county's partnership with Fulgent Genetics allows people to sign up online to have a free COVID-19 test shipped to their home. This is the same nasal swab test offered at county testing sites. After signing up, the test kit usually arrives within 2 to 3 days from the time it's ordered. Recipients are asked to take the test as soon as it arrives and mail it back the same day. A prepaid overnight envelope is included in the kit to drop off at FedEx. Results should be available within 48 hours. Now, to qualify for a free test, participants must meet at least one of the following criteria: have symptoms of COVID-19, have been in close contact with someone suspected of having COVID in the past 2 weeks, or a senior or person with a disability who may have been exposed and cannot go to a testing site. This pilot program runs through January 31st. Go to picturegenetics.com and click on Los Angeles County to see if you are eligible for a free COVID test kit. Frustrated Angelenos looking to make a COVID-19 vaccine appointment for themselves or for their family members are finding it difficult to actually book one online or by phone. And this week, LA County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer is asking the public for added patience, as many of the large-scale county vaccine sites will have even fewer appointments available. This week, due to the nearly 89,000 who have been guaranteed for their second shot, only about 50,000 vaccines will be available for new appointments. Dr. Ferrer says LA County has been allocated about 685,000 doses from the federal government that went through the state. So far, about 520,000 doses have been administered. In Riverside County, about 10,000 appointments were filled in the first 30 minutes of opening the phone lines and website. Officials say the hope is that the Biden administration will ramp up production and Johnson & Johnson will get emergency use authorization for its dose of vaccines to help increase the supply chain. California public health officials are working on a new pilot program to help notify residents when they are eligible to receive their vaccine. Currently, only Los Angeles and San Diego County healthcare workers and adults 65 and older are eligible to book appointments for COVID-19 vaccinations. And through this online portal called myturn.ca.gov, the state is using LA County to work out the kinks for a smooth statewide launch by early February. The robust platform will also allow healthcare providers to have access to who has been vaccinated to see how much more is needed to get everyone in the state vaccinated. It will serve as a one-stop hub where Californians can find information on who is eligible to get vaccinated and also be available to make an appointment. Currently, eligible LA County residents can consult with their healthcare providers to get a vaccine or register through the county's website. While the website is still a work in progress, it's currently only being used to schedule appointments for healthcare workers and people 65 and older. Governor Newsom said in today's press briefing that the state will begin to transition the baseline requirement for who to vaccinate and in what order. To find out when it might be your turn next to get your vaccine, you can fill out a survey online at myturn.ca.gov. It asks for your age range, what line of work you are in if you live in a congregate setting or in a long-term care facility. You can also register to receive COVID-19 vaccine information as well as by leaving your contact information. The recent rainfall is making beaches along the Los Angeles coastline dangerous as county public health officials issued a beach advisory to be in effect until Wednesday. Unhealthy levels of bacteria, chemicals, debris, trash, and other public hazards from city streets and mountain areas are likely to have contaminated the ocean. Residents are cautioned to stay out of the local waters to avoid getting seriously ill. The second in a series of winter storms are expected to bring more rain and snow to the region this week. Los Angeles County health officials also issued a cold weather alert through Thursday for the local mountains and valleys. The next storm is expected to return to the Southland midweek and stay through the weekend, so be sure to keep your umbrellas handy and be sure to bundle up. Well, heavy rain and winds swept through Southern California last night, and with more rain expected this week, the city of Torrance is reminding residents that free sandbags are available. The city's Public Works Department is offering up to 25 free sandbags per resident. They're available to pick up at the city yard on Madrona Avenue or at Torrance Fire Department. For those interested, you must bring a valid photo ID or a Torrance utility bill to show proof of residency. Be sure to call before you go to make sure staff is available to help. That number to call is 310-781-6900. During after hours, you can also call the Torrance Fire Department at 310-781-7042 or go to torranceca.gov/sandbags for more information. One retail giant is expected to deliver millions of COVID-19 vaccines once it becomes available to them. Walmart announced plans to deliver up to 13 million doses per month when supply and allocations allow. The retailer plans to offer the vaccine every day at its more than 5,000 Walmart and Sam's Club pharmacies through in-store vaccination clinics and large community events. In November, federal health officials reached an agreement with pharmacies across the country, including big box stores like Costco, Walmart, and Sam's Club, to distribute free vaccines after they are approved and become available to the public. This is part of an ongoing effort to make getting COVID-19 vaccine readily available, much like how the flu vaccine is now. Currently, thousands of pharmacists and pharmacy techs are training and are building a digital scheduling tool to allow for making appointments. One drug maker is dropping out of the race to develop a COVID-19 vaccine due to undesirable results. Merck Co, which successfully created a vaccine for Ebola in 2019, decided to shelve both of its vaccine candidates and will instead focus on pandemic research on treatments with initial efficacy data on experimental oral antiviral, which is expected by the end of March. Merck is one of about a dozen pharmaceutical companies worldwide working as a COVID-19 vaccine candidate. U.S. regulators authorized COVID-19 vaccines from Moderna Inc. and partners Pfizer Inc. and BioNTech, with tens of millions of doses to be administered globally. Rivals Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca are also working now to develop a safe and effective vaccine to protect against the deadly virus. The Torrance Certified Farmers Market continues to remain open during this pandemic and during the recent winter storms, providing an alternative for grocery shoppers seeking to stay outdoors. Not only will you find fresh produce, but also freshly packaged foods who were welcomed back recently. The market is limiting capacity to ensure a safe number of shoppers are there at any given time. While crowds are monitored, anyone visiting is required to wear a face covering and must follow social distancing and other safety guidelines as well. The Torrance Certified Farmers Market is open on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Wilson Park, rain or shine. They're located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. One organization is pleading with those who have fully recovered from COVID-19 to consider donating blood. January marks National Blood Donor Month, and it was designed to not only recognize the people who donate blood and blood products on a regular basis, but to also bring awareness to this need, especially after the holidays. The American Red Cross estimates about 38% of the U.S. population can donate, but less than 10% actually do. The Red Cross also states that they need to collect more than 13,000 donations each day to keep up their blood supply and meet the needs of about 2,600 hospitals, clinics, and cancer centers across the country. Now, for those who have fully recovered from COVID, the plasma in your blood may contain COVID-19 antibodies that can attack the virus and help those currently battling it to recover faster. If you are fully recovered, you're encouraged to find out if you qualify to donate convalescent plasma. You must be at least 17 years old and weigh at least 110 pounds, in good health, and have a prior verified diagnosis of COVID-19 and now symptom-free. You can go online to redcrossblood.org/donate to make an appointment. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, thanks to the efforts of LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn in partnership with CalFresh, WIC, and the LA Regional Food Bank, there will be a free food distribution drive-through scheduled to take place this Friday in Torrance. While walk-ups will not be allowed, anyone can drive up with face masks on to pick up a free box of food and groceries. No eligibility required. The drive-through line opens at 8:30 a.m. on Friday, January 29th. You can come to the Torrance City Hall East parking lot near Maple Avenue and Maricopa Street. What a great way to lend a helping hand to anyone who needs it, no questions asked. Now, if you have a great story, photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as Rhiannon Trutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.